Hello again. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Right now, the idea is to show the latest MPARR setup configuration. In that case, we will go to the MPARR site on GitHub. Remember, all our channels are aka.ms, MPARR GitHub, aka.ms, MPARR LinkedIn, and aka.ms, MPARR.YouTube. In this case, I will download the zip file that contains all our files. Once again, I will take this one. Let me open a new folder here. Let me go to C. And let me create a new folder. I will call MPARR YouTube for this case. Okay, I am taking all. From here, I will take all the files. Control C, Control V. Okay, I have all my files. Remember, I used it previously in another video this machine. For that reason, PowerShell is installed on this computer. All the modules are installed. In that case, we will say jump that part of the installation. And when we execute MPARR setup right now, you can see here we are validating all of that. I will go through all the steps very quick to show again. But remember, the first option permit to install MPARR. For MPARR, we need to access to an Azure subscription. In that Azure subscription, we will use our different Azure subscription that we have, and we can select the workspace logs analytics that we will use. Here, you can see I will obtain all the same configurations, all by default. You can change the name of the application. You can change the name of the certificate. You can change the time for the certificate for the application. And let's go. And we will discuss the new features that was added today. Some of them related to create the task on Task Scheduler for the rest of supporting a script. I will not back up the certificate right now. This all by default. Right now, my LA config file is created with all the information. I will change only the default locations. In this case, I want to use here MPARR YouTube. Logs for the first one, check here at the top, select folder to store logs. And the other one is related to select folder to store RMS logs. In this case, I will select this another one. Okay, our configuration is ready. This file contains all our configuration. You can try access later with the keys and all of that, but I will close and I will finally remove all that configuration. No worries at all. Now what we need to do is encrypt the keys. Encrypting the keys happen this. All our passwords are hashed. That permit to have our plain text with the hash of our password. And now let me open the task scheduler. Task scheduler. Here we can see the previous task that was created. I will delete these ones. First of all, remember, after we configure all of that, we need to go to the Microsoft Entra, and in App Governance, App Registrations, we need to look in the new one. This is the new one, and give the grant admin consent for all the APIs. This is very important. The other thing that is important is, in this case, I am running the MPARR label data and MPARR seed data with Elevate privilege. I can run that one. I will record another video to explain all the script step by step. But in this case, there's two scripts that need Elevate privilege. If you want to avoid that Elevate privilege, you can run manually. There is a way, it's all documented on in the same script. You can find the way to run those two scripts manually. I will, for this case only, I will assign the permissions for those scripts. I need to my MPARR application that I just create. I need to give the compliance administrator role. We was discussing that in another video. Okay. MPARR presentation. Assign. And let's go with the rest of menu. We want to create the schedule task. This one, create two tasks. You can see here. Let me refresh. One is for MPARR data collector, and the other one is for RMS collector. The RMS collector collect information from the Azure Right Management Service API. That collector permits us to identify access denied or access granted over protected document. For that reason, this one is very important. We can test to validate all of this is running well. What happens sometimes in this case, on my environment, let me open another PowerTel. If I saw, and this is one of the big change, if I obtain the get execution policy right now is set on bypass. Happens a lot for security concern. The execution policy is set to remote sign it or other options. With the new script, we will have that capability to self-sign our script or use a third-party certificate to sign our script. I will show you. I will change to set execution policy remote sign it. And we will validate what's happened right now. Normally, let me refresh here. Let me run and see if we can. We don't see all the steps because the script cannot run because it's not signed. The same happens with the data collector. If we try to execute, in this case, we will have some activities, but normally this will not work because it's not signed. What's happened? Let's see with the rest of the activities. We will create our script for user information. This one collected the information from Microsoft Entra users. We can set every how many days we want to run the script. By default is 50 days. If we come back here to the task scheduler, here you can see Microsoft Entra users. Next one, if you want to do the same for domains, again, this one is recommended to run every 30 days. The next one is administrator roles. That is the number 6. If you want to change, you can change, put yes, and select, I want to refresh this information every 15 days. And here I will show you that all the new activities are here, and we can see how many days this one are running. Then let's see, we have the number 7. This one take the MPARR label data and MPARR seed data. These ones need required Elevate privilege to execute, but if not, you can run manually you need someone with compliance administrator, I will share on the page some less privilege that can be used for run this script. But in general, that's the configuration I will set for 7 days. Okay, that is, if I try to take any of the script here, and let me move to the folder MPARR YouTube. Here I can see if I try to execute as an example MPARR, I will take the Azure domains, this one. We can see that we cannot use because it's not digital signed. With the new option, sign MPARR script, we can create a certificate if you don't have anyone. If you're using a third-party certificate for code signing, it's not an SSL certificate, you can use that one. You can select the one that you want to use. I want to proceed with the digital signature. No certificate for code signing was found. In that case, we start a process to create a local certificate. A pop-up appear, normally take around 1 minute. In the pop-up, accepting the pop-up, let me show you the certificate manager. If I go to the certificate manager, we can see here on our personal that I have some of these one. This is the new one that is creating. I will install the certificate in all the process. Now, the menu appears again. We want to digital signature. We have only one. Again, if you have more than one, you will see all of them and you can select. In this case, I will use the first one. Now, here we can see all the certificates and all our script are signed with this one. And now we can exit. And let's see if I can execute MPARR Azure AD domains. Now it's working and collecting my data. That is all. The setup installer for MPARR is very simple and you can use in any moment. Thanks for all to participate. Please remember, give like to this video and subscribe to our channel for all the news related to MPARR. Thanks a lot.